The critically endangered brown-headed spider monkey is almost extinct due to habitat destruction. Today, they only exist in some small pockets of the Choco rainforest. My name is Jonas Paurell, and I'm here in Ecuador to share their story by venturing deep into the rainforest to find and photograph these fragile monkeys and their fragile habitat, with researchers and scientists working tirelessly to protect this vulnerable species. In 2018, I did my first ever conservation photography assignment. It was also my third ever time visiting the rainforest. I was heading to the reserve Tesoro Escondido in the Choco rainforest in Ecuador, South America. So we made it halfway through to the rainforest. It's hot, it's dusty, we've had rain, we've had sunshine. Basically, we've had everything, including me already being a bit sick. We got another 2.5 hours on bumpy, dusty roads to get to rainforest, and I don't know what we have to expect once we're there, but we sure are quite excited.
Getting some good shots?
Yeah, I could say that. Getting some, not so much from the car though, get some nice shots around here. I'm Johnny, a filmmaker from Manchester, and well, Jonas gave me a call a few months ago and said, do you want to come make a documentary in Ecuador? And well, against all the odds, here we are today.
Ay, ya te va. Ay,
Who is this then?
This is a kinkajou that we rescued as a pet, and we're going to give it to a rescue center.
Oh, a kinkajou. Oh, it loves you.
The journey into the forest had us traveling on increasingly remote roads. Deeper and deeper into the Choco rainforest. The deeper we traveled, the more challenging the roads got. Arriving at the literal end of the road, the car left us there and returned to civilization. We, however, continued on foot, deeper into the rainforest, completely in the hands of our hosts.
I am Citlalli Morelos-Jua. I come from Cuernavaca, Mexico. I studied biology in Mexico. I always wanted to work with primates and conservation.
Yo me llamo Yadira Giler y tengo 21 años viviendo aquí en mi hogar junto a la naturaleza y los animales. Junto aquí en el bosque he tenido la mayor experiencia de estar aquí. Al vivir junto del bosque me ha enseñado a conocer un poco mejor a los animales y debería de todas las personas considerar que los animales también es parte de la familia de uno.
A lot of the lands from here, we purchased them to the owners, and they had half forest, half crops. So they sold those their forest and they kept their crops. So we kept very good neighbors who help us to take care of the forest. This place is part of the Choco, which is a biodiversity hotspot, a global biodiversity hotspot. But you also have the threats of timber companies, of deforestation, the extension of agricultural frontier. Now we also have the mining concessions as a threat. So here I think it's very important to carry out loads of projects that have to do with conservation.
So we finally arrived, the heavens have opened, time to start the adventure.
The house has no walls. I did not expect that part, but I'm doing my best to embrace it. As you can hear from the soundscape behind me, I'm definitely not the only thing here. I'm surrounded by hundreds of thousands of insects just calling out their evening noises. The real dangers here comes from snakes and spiders and other insects that could potentially harm you. For tonight, all that remains is dinner and then early to bed.
Pueden ser la mayoría que quieran. ¿Cuándo nos ha asustado el número? No, nunca en la vida. He's saying that you're a majority, like you're more men now than women.
That doesn't mean that we're winning.
Escucha tu propio género, dice, eso no quiere decir que ganemos.
Yo también sé, por eso.
Mi esposa está ecuatoriana. Los mujeres ecuatorianas están muy fuertes.
Es verdad.
In 2011, I started my PhD, and that had to do with the conservation of the brown-headed spider monkey, which is a critically endangered species, the most endangered primate in Ecuador, and one of the 25 most endangered primates globally. So that project, when it started, had to do with finding these monkeys again in this area in the northwestern part of Ecuador, and trying to study everything that had to be studied on them, like diet, behavior, the threats that they were facing. And my PhD focused on developing a program, an agent-based model, that looked at the threats that they were facing and which was the threat that would affect the population the most.
We joined Tali out in the forest on the first day, seeking the almost extinct brown-headed spider monkey. After hours of searching at the usual spots, Citlalli attempted to call them.
How are you feeling, Johnny? Nice and warm.
Why is that?
We've just descended like 100 meters straight out of camp.
Only 100 meters?
It
feels like we've descended a lot more than that.
Must be the heat and humidity.
Yeah.
Está el árbol de Guadaripo.
That's a beauty. One of the images that I really want to capture here as part of my 9 to 12 image portfolio is the base of a tree. And there's a few trees to choose between. Kind of looking at something like this, a base like this in morning light, I think would be really, really nice. So we've been on the move for 2 hours and a bit, and it's hot, it's humid, and the rainforest is really taking its toll on my energy levels. I got a panel at this beautiful, beautiful view here, and just now the howler monkeys are screaming.
How's the hunt going so far, Jonas?
Well, it's going pretty poorly. We've seen some birds that I can only describe as turkeys, and that's about it. We've heard some big animals in the forest, but we haven't seen them. We've just heard the call of the spider monkeys. They can be no more than 50 meters away.
Are they gone? Can you still see the monkeys?
I don't think we can follow them anymore, Johnny. The monkeys are just incredibly fast. I think that's it for today, Johnny. I have no more out of breath.
How did you find hunting spider monkeys?
It's hard work, really hard work. Spider monkeys are just so fast, it's impossible for me to keep up with them. I can understand that this mountainous region have become their last kind of sanctuary, their last fortress. How are you feeling, Johnny?
Feeling better today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm really excited to actually see the monkeys today. Well, I hope we're going to see the monkeys.
I've got a good feeling about today, you know. Very good feeling.
Yeah, no, that's good. Had a good breakfast. Lots of plantain and ready to hit the road.
Perfect.
Tesoro is full of all the noises and all the smells and an explosion of their senses. In terms of hearing, you can hear all the birds, all the insects, all the mammals, everything here. You can go to the forest and smell the earth, the water, all the seeds. You can taste the flavors of the fruits. That's something that we do when we work with spider monkeys. We have to try their fruits.
Why are you upset?
Well, we can't find the monkeys. We've just spent 4 hours hacking our way through deepest rainforest, and there's no monkeys.
We found Jonas.
Well, we found the harpy eagle. We finally got it without completely blown out background, but the angle is slightly complicated.
Tell us about the harpy eagle.
Well, the harpy eagle is it's a pretty cool little bird that doesn't exist on this side of the Andes. Well, except these three. Although I can only see the chick right now. White. It's huge. And I kind of wish I got a chance to see the mother and father, because they would be I don't know, wingspans of 2, maybe 2.5 meters. And that'll be incredible to see.
This is the first sighting of the harp eagle on the west of the Andes in a long time, more than 10 years or so. And the diet, they normally eat big animals, for example, spider monkeys, howler monkeys, kinkajous, sloths. Just now we found a two-toed sloth that had been half eaten.
I've got some decent exposures, but the problem here is that the harpy eagle is just against the sky, and we're either blowing out the highlights or the shadows, so we're not really getting anything super useful, but it's still an incredible experience, and it's still an incredible bird.
It's a struggle trying to get the bird.
There are howler monkeys as well here.
Oh wow, coming down.
There are howler monkeys here.
What can you say?
We got the howler monkeys here. We know they're howler monkeys because they have these really big white balls. They're absolutely everywhere around us. I've got.
There's another with a baby.
It's just after 4 o'clock, sun sets in less than 2 hours, and we've got a 3-hour hike back to camp. We can't afford to be out after dark because, well, it gets pretty terrifying, so we really need to hustle.
Are you sure it's this way? I don't remember this way.
It's a different way, buddy.
Sorry? Just when you least expect it, you find it. I'm completely surrounded by spider monkeys, and I was just going home. The monkeys are moving so fast. We got a few shots, just started recording video, and off they went, and we're in hot pursuit right now. Well, as hot as we can with a rainforest to penetrate, but we're getting there, we're getting there. The only chance we actually have to get an image is to stay completely still and completely quiet.
This is one of the only places, or the only place in Ecuador where you can find a healthy population of spider monkeys, of brown-headed spider monkeys, and you can actually study them. So you can stay there and follow them and write down their behavior, their diet, and everything.
We've just had our first encounter with a spider monkey. Got a female no more than, I'd say, 30 meters from here. She's still here, hiding behind some branches. We got it. We got the monkeys. We got the habitat. We got what we came for, and perhaps we got even more than that, because now, today, 5 years later, I can't stop dreaming about returning to this absolutely magical place. If you would like to learn more about the reserve at Tesoro Escondido, there's a link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe.